Hello everyone and welcome to the Pokebattler website. My name is Famous from FLW Videos, and in today's episode we will be talking about the top 6 counters for Latias in Pokemon Go. Latias has an incredible defense stat, so it is going to be a little bit more difficult to go up against, but I am very excited to go ahead and jump into it. As far as the number 1 Pokemon is concerned, we actually have Dialga in at the number 1 position. Its typing makes it very unique versus other Dragon-type Pokemon because it's not going to be weak to the Dragon typing because of it picking up the Steel type. And it actually shows here. So as far as the best moveset is concerned, you do want to go with Dragon Breath and Draco Meteor. Despite having Draco Meteor, not something like Outrage, Dialga is still going to be the best performer that you do want to use. If you're looking at an alternative moveset, you are going to see a drop in performance, so definitely go with that Double Dragon moveset. Anyway, so let's go move on to the ratings. As far as the ratings are concerned, we're seeing something good for the damage, the bulk, and then a 4-star on consistency, so looking good. As far as its rankings at level 35, you're seeing a lot of number 1 rankings overall first at that level 35, of course, so very excited about that. As far as the defense is concerned, you're not necessarily going to have to worry about a particular moveset in this case. You do get some resistance out of that Psychic and Thunder, and in the worst case scenario, you are, of course, going to be in a neutral situation. For those out there interested in short manning a Latios, unfortunately, it is going to be impossible to do with 2 people. At the least, you're going to have to do 3. Even 3 is going to be very difficult, though, but it is, of course, a challenge that I know a lot of people plan to take. Up next, we've got Rayquaza. So Rayquaza is going to be the Glass Cannon Dragon-type attacker in this case. It's going to put out some massive damage. As far as that moveset is concerned, you do want to go with Dragon Tail and Outrage, and you really don't want to use anything else in that case. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on. So as far as its ratings are concerned, like we said, 5-star in damage. This guy is going to put out the damage, but the trade-off is that it is not going to have the bulk, and then it is not going to have the consistency, which we will talk about. So as you can see, it's ranking at level 35. Yes, its time to win is high, its estimator is high, but at the same time, it's simply going to have a lot of feints. So that is something that you are going to have to consider in that case. So let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit. We do have some neutral situations, so no resistances or anything. And then, of course, we've got Outrage, and Outrage in that case is going to be super effective against Rayquaza, so that's going to be a little bit of the downside to using this Pokemon. And let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So we've got Palkia. So Palkia is going to be a beast. It is the 3rd best option that we want to go with. Moveset-wise, we've got Dragon Tail and Draco Meteor, so not even necessarily the ideal moveset, but Palkia is a monster as far as its stats are concerned. And something else that you can go ahead and use is going to be an alternative with Dragon Breath and Draco Meteor, so you can at least save a fast TM if you do have Dragon Breath. The performance is very close, so don't waste any TMs on it. We've got a 5-star in damage, 2-star in bulk, and then a 3-star in consistency, so a little bit better than Rayquaza in that way. And once again, it's very similar. You are seeing a little bit more feints kind of going on with this, but it does manage to outpace that Rayquaza overall in its rankings, and it has a very similar setup as far as the defenses are concerned. That Outrage is going to be a big problem, except for something like a Palkia or something like a Dialga, which we talked about earlier. Up next is Garchomp. So this is going to be the first non-legendary Pokemon on this list. Garchomp is going to be best with Dragon Tail and then Outrage in that case. As far as an alternative moveset, yeah, you're going to drop in performance, so you do want to go with Double Dragon. We got a 5-star on damage, 4-star on bulk, and then a 2-star on consistency, so that is a little bit unfortunate. We do see some more levelized numbers in this case, though. It's not going to feint that much. It's also going to get out a lot of damage in that case. And, of course, you are going to end up with some different performances on the defense. So Outrage is still going to be a problem to go up against versus Latias. But you are also going to get a triple resistance versus that Thunder if you end up going up against it. That would be ideal in that particular scenario. Definitely go with Garchomp if you can. Now we're in at the number 5 position, Salamence. What is considered to be like the budget non-legendary option, especially compared to something like a Garchomp. So we've got Dragon Tail and Outrage in this case. Outrage is going to be that Community Day exclusive move, so just kind of keep that in mind. But if you do have Draco Meteor, it is going to be fairly close in that performance, so not a big drop-off at all. We've got a 5-star on damage, a 2-star on bulk, and then a 4-star on consistency. So bulk is going to be the issue with that, and it does kind of showcase in the power, and then, of course, the potions ranking, still maintaining an overall ranking of 10th at that level 35. And once again, just a very typical issue with dealing with Outrage in that case. Salamence is a solid option nonetheless. And then finally, we have the brother to Latias, Latios. So Latios making it in at that number 6 position, Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw. You are going to take a look at that 5-star on the damage. Oh, that's amazing. 4-star on the bulk, and then a 3-star on the consistency. We can give that a check mark if we want to. We're seeing some very consistent rankings among this. Nothing is sticking out, so that's definitely going to be good for Latios. But once again, we are dealing with the issue of having, weakness versus Outrage, but we do get the resistances for Psychic and Thunder, so that's definitely going to be exciting. But if you want to check out some more options, some alternative to the top 6, head over to Pokebattler, go over to Latias, and see what the best counters are going to be.